Hey there, riders. Welcome to this pop-up live. Today I began the build on sound check. What? Sound check? Sound check. Can everybody hear me? I know they're probably waiting for people to come in, so let's give that a minute while I kind of show a little bit about what I'm working here with. Two, really light. I'm trying to keep this light. I'm hoping it's going to be sturdy enough. Got a saw here to cut it with. No sound and audio equipment there. How am I coming in? Is everybody hearing me fine? Everybody give me a one if you can hear me. And we're coming in good. So I want to thank Tim Mobang for your bucks. Tim is my cameraman today. He's holding the camera. He's behind the camera, and you may hear his voice occasionally if he has a question about what I'm doing here. But really, I'm just going to kick this build off here on this live, and then we'll continue it in videos as I do the build and get it filmed and all that stuff. And so anyway, I'll show you what I've done so far. So when I started out this trip, I got the vehicle. And by the way, this is Odyssey one. This is my 2019 Honda Odyssey minivan, and I picked this up on January 6th. I've done a little bit of the build already. As you can see, all the back seats are out of it. That'll be a video for another time about how I took those out, because there's not a lot of videos that I found on YouTube that shows that process. So I'm going to make one. But anyway, as you can see, I took it out, and there's spaces along underneath this plywood where there's a span that I use thin enough plywood that if you put your knee down, you could actually, crack the wood. So I've got that supported by 2x4s, which happen to be a perfect fit for.
Can you show us?
Well, yeah, over on this side, I'll show you. Okay, so if you can see right down here underneath, now this was a 2x4, and this was the lowest part of this deck. As you can see, it goes up right here. So I needed to put a 1x something plus a 2x4 under it, and that made that support really evenly across. This is what is one of the carriages for the second row seating that you can take out and then adjust the seats and whatever. I'll show more of that when I take the seats out. But it fit perfectly there, level, and then all the way across. And also, you can see that other 2x4 support there, spanning that distance right there from this thing on back to the next place. It has support vehicle, but I had to use just a 2x4 there, and there's another 2x4 at the back. And then what happened was I bought a 2x4. No, excuse me. I bought a 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of 3/8 inch OSB, OMB, whatever this is called, plywood, and this is the seat, the area where the third row seating would be stowed. And I've just got some clothes and stuff thrown in here. I was pretty busy packing up, and so I just threw stuff in here I needed to have in here. But you can see there's 2x4, part of the 2x4 structure there. And there's one more right back here. I don't know if you can see it, but
yeah, we can see it
hitting right across there.
Yep.
And then this supports the hinge, and the hinge screws into that 2x4 you see laying on its side underneath there, and allows me to have a hinged door right here that just sets down right before the tailgate lock. So it worked out perfect. In the build, I'm gonna bring a shelving unit out to probably 6 inches out from this wall here, all the way up to the front and all the way back here to the back, and we're gonna build it up. And the cup holders on this side will act as a support mechanism for part of that structure, where it'll set down in them cup holders and keep everything off of the. You can see I've got a couple of scratches here already from the work I've done, but some of that was already there, so I don't know what's mine and what's old, but it'll come up and nothing will touch the molding, so you won't have no squeaking or anything like that. And we'll show you how that's done using those cup holders to keep it off that surface, so you don't have any of that wood to plastic when you're driving. I mean, I'm making that sound with my finger right there. I don't know if you can hear it, but so I'm gonna show how to do that, and we're gonna have just I'm gonna figure out as I go how I need the shelving system to work. And then there's going to be a cabinet up at the top that'll have sliding glass door fronts, that not glass but sliding door fronts that you can slide open, and it'll hold everything in there while you're driving. So that's what I'm going to start today. And we're going to use, so at some point, probably the first thing I'll do is try to take this Reflectix, and what I want to do with the Reflectix on the inside of the windows is cut it to shape, and for all four sides for the back windows. And the very back glass, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but that'll be what the Reflectix is for. And this material is this, I don't know how many of you have seen Reflectix, but if you watch a lot of build videos or seen a lot of people showing how they built theirs, you'll see this material quite often, because it helps keep the cold or even the heat from the outside of these windows. It'll help reduce the transfer of that into the vehicle, and either keep it warmer in the winter or keep it hotter.
It will reflect the heat to the outside or reflect the heat back to the inside when you warm it up inside.
So if you have the Reflectix pointing outward, it'll help reflect the heat. These windows, for me, these very back windows, I'm actually going to use a different kind of material. It's still Reflectix like material. It's actually it'll be this. It'll be this material here, and because I kind of want the red in there because I like it. Nice. And then I'll put Reflectix behind that. So I'm not really worried about on these two windows, this one on and the other one on the other side, reflecting heat or whatever back out, because I really just want to put this stuff in there, and then I'll put the Reflectix insert in there behind this, and so that has that red from inside and kind of matches. It'll kind of match the paint on the outside. So I'm going to do that with that, and because this is too big for my windshield. It's just a windshield cover, but it's not too big. It's not big enough from this part down.
Towing up, yeah.
So you kind of have to lift it up and have the sunshades hold it in place, and then kind of prop something under it to hold it up. So I'm gonna get something different for that, and I'm gonna use that for window covers for the back windows. And yeah, so also like I said, so I've got a theme going for this, and there's going to be a special piece that's inspiring the color scheme in this build as I build it. You'll see that as I go along, and I don't want to reveal the centerpiece that I'm working with this interior idea with until it's time to do that, because there's a whole process with that actual piece to get it ready to use and put it in place. So that'll be a separate video as well. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to begin the build. I've got a pretty solid platform here to start on, so I can actually do it like framing. If you're framing and raw framing a room in your garage or something, and you put the floor plates down and then frame up from there, whatever is sort of what I'm going to be doing. And
yeah, it looks like you already have a good foundation.
Yeah, it's solid all the way across. So that cracking I mentioned earlier, it did that before I put those in, and it does not do that now. So that support really helped a lot. And so yeah, that's it. As you see, I have a little bit of storage built in, and I want to take full So yeah, that's gonna. I don't think I'm actually have time because I got First Fridays tonight, and we got a late start on this today. Had winds earlier. It was too windy to do anything. You would have been hearing background wind noise instead of me. Uh, so we got a late start on filming this pop up live today. But you see the materials when we use. Oh, by the way, this over here is some of the shelving. It's just the same old 3/8 OSB. That's a full sheet cut in half for storing here, but I'll be using this to make the shelves, and these will be covered with material and stuff like that. It's not going to be a raw, um, or it'll be painted one way or the other. This material will not be used with its raw surface or anything. It'll be painted or material fabric glued over it or some sort,
Copper
felt or something. Yeah, something there. But I have a theme certain geographical features of Earth and to go through this van. So it's going to be kind of interesting how it comes together, because that's not a lot of space when you're trying to go from one design motif and transfer into another in 4 feet of space. So we're going to give that a try, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that's it. I'm coming to you from Ironwood 2023. If you'll look around there, Tim, and kind of span around and see, we've got an awesome group here this year. It started last year.
There's people way out there.
Yeah, way over there. And I want to say I think I'd safely say we got 30 people here now. Last year we began with Steve and Oki of Desert Adventures in Arizona, Mellow Nomadic Adventures Marshall, Greg of Fit for Expedition Fun Seekers, and myself. It was just the 5 of us, and we had Steve's grandkids out here. Had a nice little intimate get together last year. Decided to do it again this year, and it's just blown up. And we got a lot of great people here. It's a lot of fun. We got Badge, and we got Mike of Travel Adventures, the Adventures of Traveling Mike, and we got California Travel Videos, Michael and Grace here, Gracie of Gracie and Jock's Adventures. We got fans that are out here with us. We got Mellow Nomadic Adventures Marshall right there himself, and yeah, several more. Hey Marshall, you want to say hi before we go? Are you busy?
I'm cooking right now.
Okay, he's cooking, and he's also trying to get ready for his part of First Fridays this evening. He starts off the show at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You guys need to come out here and if you can, if you're nearby, come on out here, hang out with us.
So Robert McNadeer asked, where exactly is this location?
Okay, so it's at Ironwood Forest National Monument, about 30 minutes north of Tucson, Arizona. Yep. Any other questions from the chat before we go? Tim, you see anything?
Nothing yet.
Has anybody got any questions before we wrap this up? This like I said, it's a pop-up live. Just wanted to show y'all, and actually I'll be this will be the first video in the build series for Odyssey 1. And yeah.
Don't forget to hit the thumb up, please.
Yeah, please hit the thumbs up, like, comment, all that stuff on the live stream. It'll be just like a regular video that I'll do for this. It'll be the first video for this build. So hope y'all enjoy the series as I get it done, and hopefully everything will work out just right. And if we make mistakes, we'll learn from them. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun building out this new vehicle. I've been looking forward to this opportunity for a long time. As you guys may know, I was in a Kia Optima sedan since 2016, I believe. And it was starting to get a little bit tight for me. I'm getting a little bit older, and this is going to allow me to spread out a little bit. So from Ironwood 2023, thank you, Tim Mobang, for your bucks. Go check out his channel, like, comment on his stuff, all that good stuff, and subscribe too if you're not a subscriber yet. But y'all go check him out. Thank you for holding the camera, Tim, and we'll end that right here, right now. Thanks a bunch. Thanks for being here.